started. Hello, friends, and hello, Sherry. Thank you so much for joining. I am so excited that you guys are tuning into another story. This is Nicole Scott from Own Your Sparkle and the founder of the Gorgeous Gray Movement. And one of my passions is to have a heart-to-heart conversation with women about our journey to the natural side. And we're talking our natural side of hair color. And I have Sherry Fritz on here. How do we know each other? We both own an online wellness franchise, and we have been connected through that beautiful business. She's been part of it for 22 years. I've been part of it for 15 years. And obviously she saw my journey a couple years ago, and we've really connected through this beautiful movement. And I've been seeing her posts, and I'm like, Sherry, I want to interview you and share your story with the world. So Sherry, welcome. And maybe you can do a little bit more of a deeper dive of who you truly are.
Oh, well, thank you. I am a mom and my grandkids call me Granny, so I'm a mom and a granny. I always love to say I never want my grandkids to think of me as old. I ride a Harley. I am passionate, as Nicole said, with health and wellness. And I have one daughter, 4 grandkids. 2 boys, 22, 17, and twin girls that are truly the joy of our life. They are 11.
Amazing. You look so healthy.
Thank you.
Do you want to tell our audience, do you see her skin and how beautiful that is? That is because she is totally taking care of herself from the inside out. And maybe we'll talk about that in a sec, but how old are you?
I just had my 66th birthday.
Check that skin out. You do not get skin like that unless you are eating well and moving well. So congratulations for looking and being such a role model to your family. So let's jump in, Sherry. Let's talk about this beautiful silver white that you have on the top of your head, a little bit of salt and pepper like me in the back. When did you make that decision to say no more hair dye?
Well, I actually made the decision twice. The first time I started coloring my hair in my 30s, and I am naturally very dark brown. And when it got to the point, well, if you color your hair, you know you have a zillion products to make your hair feel silky and smooth because it feels like straw coloring. And as my roots got wider and wider, I tried, I think everybody goes through this. I tried the hairdresser doing a lighter color instead of the dark brown. I tried going highlights, lowlights, and I ended up this yellow bleach blonde, which if I showed you a picture of that, you would laugh. And I just got tired of it. So I cut off all my hair and let it grow out. And one of my, well, we were just talking about best friends. My best friend, Barb Wildman, her daughter looks at that picture and says, oh, Sherry looks so old. So I panicked and I started coloring again. And 5 years ago, I was like, okay, I don't care. I'm done with this. And I let it grow out again. And now I get so many compliments. It was a shock at the beginning. I would forget about it till I would be out at a restaurant or something, go into the bathroom, wash my hands, look up and go, oh, who's that gray-haired lady? But once you get used to it, I love it. I will never go back. I get compliments on my hair. It's so nice that it feels good and soft and not like straw.
That's awesome. And I mean, you and I are both in the wellness industry and teaching people to live a healthy lifestyle. So knowing that you're not putting toxins on your head every 3 weeks, you know, can you comment on how you feel about that being part of your healthy lifestyle?
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me anymore to, you know, eat anything or put anything on my body that is going to be taking away from health. You know, not to mention, like I said, how my hair felt like straw. And so I knew I was damaging my hair, let alone, you know, those chemicals, more chemicals getting inside your body.
Right. Well, let's give some secrets out to the audience. I'm sure that there are women watching this going like, Sherry, there's no way you're 66 years old. You are glowing. Like, you do not look like you're an old granny, because I think that's one of the biggest fears that women have is, oh my gosh, I'm going to look like an old granny. I mean, I'm 49, I'll be 50 this year, and I had those feelings too. I was like, I don't want to look like an old granny or thinking that my kids are my grandkids. I mean, it's the biggest fear, but we don't know until we move into this beautiful transformation, thinking of like the butterfly, transformation. And then like I get compliments all the time is like, Nicole, you look younger in your silver natural hair than when you had your long dark hair. And I'm like, when I look at my dark picture now, and I don't know if you feel the same way when you look at your old pictures, I do feel younger when I look at my picture. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize how that dark, harsh, every 3 weeks hair dye was making me look almost washed out. And the natural, as I say, God kind of gives you that natural color for a reason, to really match your skin tone as it changes as we age. So it just looks so good on you. But what are some of the little secrets that you might have up your sleeve that some women are just saying, okay, if I'm going to go gray, I want to look good and hot and sexy and have great skin. What have you been doing for 22 years plus for your body and support?
Well, before I answer that question, I have to tell you, Facebook memories. Just yesterday, a memory popped up from 5 years ago, and it was a post I did about coloring my hair lighter so there wouldn't be the contrast with the white growing out with the dark brown. And I looked at that picture and put a picture of me today side by side and posted it, and I look younger today. It was a shock to me. And you know what? My face even looks healthier today. So what do I do? Exactly what I do is in my 40s is when I started paying attention to my health and wellness and aging. Before that, I really, well, truthfully, I didn't pay attention to what I ate or drank and abused my body, drank too much alcohol. So it was in my 40s that I began to think about longevity and aging and my future. And my best friend shared with me what she was doing, and that made sense to me. So I learned how to flood my body with more whole food nutrition. And I bought Dr. Mitra Ray's book, Do You Have the Guts to Be Beautiful? And I really took that on. I stopped using any soap on my face. I use jojoba oil. You know, I bet any woman watching this could go into her bathroom and probably a bathroom and a hallway closet and just find a zillion products. Oh, let me try this cream. Let me try this new thing. And I really have zero in my cabinet. I use jojoba oil for everything, for cleansing my face and moisturizing. And I have made a lot of good changes over 20 years, excellent good habits. So eating more foods that nourish my body and not eating any foods that would, all the chemicals and everything in foods causes free radicals, damage, which cause aging. And so it just no longer makes any sense to me to eat anything that's not healthy. So I've cleaned up my stress, exercise, sleep, water, and eating nutritious foods, absolutely.
That's amazing. It's paying off. I want to say my mom is 68 and she is into health. She's vibrant. I just did an interview with her on my Gorgeous Gray movement. People could not believe her glow. And she does exactly what you do, Sherry. Very limited toxins coming into her body. She stopped drinking years ago. She moves her body every day. She does Qigong. It was so nice to be able to bike with her, to walk with her, to be able to do yoga with her. And what breaks my heart is a conversation I had just recently with a friend of mine whose mom is 70, so only 2 years older than my mom. And she is almost debilitated because of poor choices. And she said her mom recently said that her biggest regret is not paid attention to her health, where now she's like, oh, it's too late, which we know is not too late because you can always change your health at any age. But it just broke my heart to hear where people give up and just go, this is as good as it's going to get, versus making, you said you made the change in your 40s. And that seems to be a common age where a lot of people start to get those aches and pains and start to see that aging process. And that is motivation enough to say, no more. I'm going to get serious about my health. So whatever age you are, if you're watching this and you're like, yes, I want to embrace my natural color, I want to get rid of the toxins, it doesn't matter what age you are, you can start to reverse aging today based on the choices you make. So hopefully our message is of health and hope. And is there any tips or tricks that you could give to the women watching, just in regards to embracing their color that you have learned along the way?
Well, all my life, I have always been told I look younger than I am. And I had that thought when I decided to go natural, that I'm going to look my age, and do I really want to do that? But as I begin to be educated, I truly did not ever want to be, I'm trying to think of the right way to say this, an old lady with too much makeup trying to look better. I really wanted and believed that beauty is the inside out. And that's also how you think. I can, my body is feeling a few aches and pains that I didn't have when I'm 30. And I pay attention to how I get up out of a chair. If it's like, ugh, or get up and walk with your head up and with your shoulders back and be active. I truly think youth, beauty, longevity comes from passion. What are you excited about? If you are on the couch with nothing to do and no passion, then what future are you living into? Do you have a reason to work out, to be healthy? My grandkids is one of my reasons. I want to snow ski with them. I want to water ski with them. My little sister just bought a house at the lake, and we grew up water skiing, and I can still water ski to this day. If you exercise, you can. There's no reason for you to ever stop, and then that will protect you. You don't have to walk down the street and fall and have a broken hip. That's only if you don't exercise. So I really wanted beauty to be from the inside out. I truly never really believed that you could paint on a healthy glow.
Well said. Sorry, I had a little interruption. My daughter walked in and I didn't have my headphones on and I didn't want to hear her chomping through the house. And then of course my tower garden just came on, which is I'm growing my own chemical-free vegetables just around the corner from my computer here. Well, Sherry, I just want to say thank you so much for being such an inspiration and just sharing your story and giving women hope that, and I love that you said that you tried it once, got a negative comment, had to do your own thing and then decided, 5 years ago that was enough. So we always, we do have women in our group that have decided it wasn't their right time. And that, maybe this message is like, okay, well, maybe it is the right time. So thank you for joining, and for the women that are watching, couple things that you can think about. You can join my Gorgeous Gray movement, link below, so that you can join a group of women that are either learning about embracing, watching us. It doesn't matter where you are in the journey, just to come on and just check it out and to get the inspiration. Secondly, I wrote a book last year called, let me see here if I have it here. Oh, here it is. Get Naked with Your Natural Hair Color. So you guys can grab a copy on my website below, nicolescott.ca. And this book is really just about my journey. I've got lots of information in here. Of course, my background is holistic nutrition. So I have a lot of research in here, guys, about the dangers of hair dye and what's hiding in our hair dye and how it does impact our health in the long run. So there's some really good juicy stuff in here to dive in if you're kind of sitting on the fence. And I think that's all. So thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully you can pass this video around to other people and give it a like on YouTube so that we can get the message out that natural is sexy and healthy. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you.